Okay, feeding some horses, and let's talk about leaf retention in hay. So there's a round bale, and this particular bale's bird's foot trefoil, orchard grass, a little bit of canary grass. But this is what you want to see on the ground. This means, look at that leaf retention. A whole pile of leaf when this bale is spread out. And that tells you you didn't go rake the hell out of the hay. You didn't beat it up bad. You didn't have all that biomass loss when you were putting that hay up. And this is a second cutting bale. At this particular place, they're feeding the hay in these hay nets. And these are the good hay nets, a little bit smaller diameter netting. The cheaper hay nets have the really big wide openings, and half the hay ends up down on the floor and out in the mud and stuff. But you could see even here under these hay nets, there's still a fair amount of leaf there falling down. And you got an older, this is like a 27-year-old Holsteiner mare. She's doing pretty good on it. Got these donkeys here. Of course, they live on cardboard, so we don't even need to waste time talking to them. But yeah, what I try to do is I try to handle the hay once before I bale it, once in between mowing it, rake it when it's about 2/3 dry to flip it, and then bale it. And when the conditions are right, low humidity, I can get hay baled in about a day and a half. All right, so yeah, I just wanted to show you all that hay that was there, and all that leaf retention I had on those bales. I think is pretty important, and that's how you know when you're getting good hay. You open a bale of hay up, whether it's a square bale or a round bale. In that case, that's a round bale that we're just pulling apart and feeding. When you pull apart though, and you don't have all that leaf on the ground, then you know it was probably not really baled correctly. It was just too much of your leaf loss. And that if you're baling and you're losing a lot of leaf, you can end up you can end up losing 25% of your hay volume left in the field by leaf loss. And when you think about it, especially feeding these old horses like I just showed you, this is where your protein and energy is. The other part of the stalk is like this is a lot of fiber, a lot of fiber and ash. I've had people that really didn't know a whole lot about hay think that this was dirt that came out of the bale. And they said, there's all this dirt on the ground that came out of your bale. And I had to go over there and look at it. Let me take some of this out in the sun so maybe we can look at this a little bit better. Yeah, and you can see that looks about good enough to put on a salad. And I try to have all my bales like this with a lot of leaf retention. All right, thoughts, comments, let me know.